know what the light is like for me. Right now it looks like it's low. Can you see my face? You might need to bring it, like, bring the camera up a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, you should be good now.
Okay. And it's unmuted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Okay.
You're live. Yep.
We are live and we are ready to go. Can everybody see and hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Alright. So as people come in, I'm gonna do both here. We have this whole setup going on, right? Where we have, I am screen sharing. I am screen sharing with this computer, and then I have like a whole setup going on over there. I don't know if you guys can see my face, but I'm hoping you can. If you can't, then we'll bring the screen up we'll bring the camera up a little closer. So, cause everybody see me and my screen. Yes, yes? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Yeah, it's 7:07. I wanted to, there's a few more people that I know anticipated. I didn't want to start without them, but I'm not gonna waste your time either. You were here, and some of you were here before time, and I truly appreciate that. So we're gonna get in, we're gonna get out. Okay, sounds like a plan. Some people are muted, some people are not muted. I have a few different devices going on. So I'm on live, and there are people that's on there that can see and hear me, and then there are people that are in the Zoom, and then people are coming in. We just went downstairs to make sure that they have access to get in. So we have people coming from different places, and I'm super excited. I don't know if that was a message for the live or not, but my phone is far away from me. My phone is far away from me, so I can't answer that right now if it is. But let's get started. So I'm Sonia Marie, for those of you that don't know. I absolutely love what I'm doing, what I do. What I do for businesses, I help them create, implement, and develop a strategy, a sustainable strategy for their business. And I've been doing it, at this point, it's been about a total of 7 years. So I'm super excited about it. I love it. I love the light bulbs that go off when people hit a different level in their business, when they've been working on something that is just like they were stumped on or something of that nature, and they just needed another set of eyes. I love it because it's growth, it's possibility, and sometimes people need mindset, and sometimes people just need a how-to type of roadmap to make it happen. They know what they want to do, but they need help getting to that point, or jumping over the fence, so to speak. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about doing that and helping other business owners do that. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. There was a message on the phone. Oh, you probably, I have to lock it. It's locked. The phone is locked. Okay. Just hand it to me. It's okay. It's okay. We're friends here. Okay. Like, listen. You know, this is the first one. Everything is not. Yeah. So. If you could, this person is trying to get in, like I thought. Let's try to get the link, if we can, to the live and send it to this person.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to copy it, and sorry guys, I'm just trying to make sure everybody's able to get in, and able to see, so we could kind of do this together. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we could just do it together, without any issues. So I just sent it to this person.
Okay.
This is the link here. You can copy it and then send it to somebody else if
Okay.
they needed it. All right, so let's jump in here. I know that everybody in the room can see the screen, but if you guys can't see the screen, just let me know. Try to put a message in the chat box, whether it's in the live chat boxes or the Zoom chat box. But if you can't see my screen as we're going along this process, it's okay. Just let me know, send a message, and we'll try to accommodate, so to speak. So this workshop, it's titled In the Black. Why? Because it's important, if you own a business, if you have a business, to be in the black. You don't want to be in the red. You don't want to be in a place where it's like, oh my God, how am I going to make ends meet? How am I going to pay this? How am I going to pay that? So I figured, let's work on that. Let's try to come together and figure out how you can stay in the black. You can, if you're not in the black, get in the black. And if you are in the black, let's keep you in that. Make sense? So this screen up here is the screen that I believe I'm screen sharing on as well. And I am going to use this. Okay, so I like icebreakers. I like things that are fun, right? So for icebreaker, I have, I want you to write it out. If you're on the live, or you're on Facebook or YouTube or something of that nature, you can still put it in the chat box, okay? But I want to know your favorite 80s or 90s song. Now, for those young people out there, you may or may not have a favorite 80s or 90s song, and if you do not, just keep it to yourself. Okay? Or go look for one. Go find one. Don't leave the script. Don't leave me. Okay? Don't leave the party. But if you do not have, if you don't know one, you don't have a favorite one, kind of look it up. Now, my favorite one is, okay, I do not know the artist to this song at all. Like, I do not know it. All I know is when I would leave for school in the morning, I would hear a song that played, like it would be on the TV. It's like, I don't want the world to see me, but I don't think that they'd understand. I forgot the name of this song. I cannot believe I forgot it. That, out of all the songs, have ring in my head, and I wish my husband was here right now because he knows this song. He knows this song. And if you're a Dawson Creek fan, this song played on Dawson Creek. If you are, I mean, just the 80s baby, period. Like, this song, everywhere I went, this song played over and over and over again. Let me try to think of another one. Shoot. And I'm an 80s baby. And it's like all the songs are gone. Like, I don't even know. Dang it. What about the chat box? Can anybody put in the chat box an 80s song that they like? Let's see. No. Go back. I don't know. I'm I'm trying to get the chat box, but you know what? I'm play it cool and leave this alone before it shut down on me. I'm just gonna leave it alone. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay, so that's my 80s song. I wish I could think of the name of the song. It's so sad. I cannot think of the name of the song. I just keep on hearing it playing in my head. I don't think that they. It's tag it. It's you're young, so you wouldn't even tag it. I don't know. I'm gonna remember it and then I'll message everybody because the song is at the top of my head and the title, and I can see the music video playing, but I cannot think of the song. And if all else fails, I definitely love everything Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston's good.
Yeah, everything Whitney Houston. Who else? I'm from New York, so I love Biggie. That's my boy. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that alone. So now I want to do something because this is supposed to be 90 minutes, right? It's 90 minutes with me. And with it being 90 minutes, we're only gonna be on here for an hour. And I did that, I created that so that way you can have a one-on-one time. So this is the group time because we have the lives going, we have the chats and the Zoom and all this other stuff. And as you can see, there can be a lot of things that's going on. And I wanted to dedicate a good 30 minutes to answering any questions that you might have. But when you get on the calendar, because I'm going to give you the link to the calendar, when you get on the calendar, I need you to think about what your issue may be. It could be something good, it could be something bad. It could just be something that you want to enhance or something of that nature, and that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. But I want you to think about what that would be, so that way when you get on the calendar to book your personal 30 minutes, we'll be able to get in, roll up our sleeves, get the work done. That's the point. The point is to be able to get the work done, for us to come together during those 30 minutes and figure out where you are and how we can get you to move up to the next 2%, 3%, 5% in your business. That's the goal. So come with an open mind and ready to learn. And it's not no pretty, oh, I want you to buy this. That's not what this is about. This event, this workshop is specifically designed for you. How can you get help? How can you grow? How can we move your business to the next level? So the link for this is, I'm so scared to touch this thing and then it shuts down on me. I'm so very scared.
I think it was on that computer.
It's on that computer too. Let's put the link in the Zoom, but it's also so the link is HavanaM.com /SSTW dash calendar. I know that's a lot. I'm gonna try to put it in the chat box. Huh?
The chat box is up there.
Oh, thank you. Do you think you could put it in the chat box for me? Let's put it in the chat box. Let's try to see. I'm gonna attempt to leave this, because you guys can still see my calendar, right? So this is, see my screen. So this is 30 minutes, the calendar, this is the page. Let's see, let's pull it up. Oh no, I think it is that, but this is another link that it's giving me. I can put this in the chat box. We have to, so you can also go to, see, it's not going over here. It's like, it's just, there we go. There we go. Come on, computer, come through. Here we go. Okay, so I put it in the group chat. you would have to go to Ecamm Pro. Does the Ecamm have the comments on it? Do you see it
Give me one sec.
when you went live? It's possible. So for the lives, you guys can't see it in the group chat. It would be nice if you would log into the Zoom. The link to the Zoom is in my bio. You see it? It has a chat
Yeah.
box? Okay, perfect. Can you put it in that live?
Yeah, I'll put it in.
Okay. So that's taken care of. Everybody should be able to have access to the calendar. Get on a calendar. Don't wait. Do not wait. Don't sit here and say, "Oh, I got time," because this calendar will be open up for the next 2 weeks. After that, I am shutting down the calendar until next month's workshop. Because if you can't get on the calendar, I don't want to waste your time and I don't want to waste mine. So don't wait. Get on the calendar. It's 30 minutes. If you can't take 90 minutes in total to build your business or to grow your business or to contribute to growing your business, and I'm willing to do it, that's a problem. So just saying. All right, so we're already past the time, and I'm going to go back here and get into this. Okay. So I don't think anybody is in the waiting room, Stephanie, but if you could, yeah, just look and see and admit them if they are. Because my computer is going very, very slow and I do not want it to cut off on me, so I'm just gonna leave it. Oh, we changed the camera.
No, it's good.
It is?
Yeah.
Alright, y'all, let's get into this. Alright, so everything that we do it in 3 parts, 3 steps, okay? The first one is create, the second one is implement, the third one is develop, okay? Now, we try to break it up into 3, what we call 3 pillars, okay? So, and I firmly believe that you cannot have one without the other, if that makes any sense, because you can create something, which is wonderful. You created it, you love it, it's your baby. Oh my goodness, it's so special to you. But then, what do you do with it? How do you use it? How do you take care of it? How do you, how do you change his diaper, so to speak? So what we do is we tack on implementation onto that creation, okay? Implementation is key. Implementation requires a plan. Implementation requires patience. Implementation takes your business or your idea to the next level. Does that make sense? So if you can create something, if you can pull all this together and have all your creative juices going to create it, then you need to be able to put in the work. When it comes to entrepreneurship and building your business, there are 2 things that you must be able to do, okay? And or, because you may not necessarily have to do both, and in some cases you do, but it's time and or money, okay? If you're going to grow your business and take it to the next level, you need to be able to 1, pay for something, or 2, put in your time. What is something, or example of putting in time? Right now, you're putting in time. You don't have to pay me anything. I'm not asking you for anything, but it does take your time. You know, it takes my time as well. So there are aspects to building your business that you need to be aware of. You need to know, pay attention to, and know what you're doing so that you can apply it to every situation and grow that way. Does that make sense? So today is, for this month and next month's workshop, we're going to be dealing with brand identity. Now, this is the fun stuff, but then it's not at the same time, or it can be time consuming, so to speak. So I have a lesson that like takes you through all these different questions and surveys and different things of that nature to ask you questions so that you can build your brand identity. People need to know what their brand identity is in order for them to know who they're selling to and who wants to connect or buy from them, right? So I always start with your why that makes you cry. Why do I start with this? Because being an entrepreneur is hard. It's not easy. It's not for the faint at heart. It's not for people that start something and then stop or ease out or, see an issue, see a problem and then give up. That's not entrepreneurship. And that's certainly not going to get you to where you need to go. So I've found that if you take the time to learn, whether you started your business, you're midway, you've had your business for years, if you haven't done this, you need to sit down, stop what you're doing, stop running around, stop entertaining other things, and ask yourself, why are you doing this? What is your business for? What do you get up every morning to apply to your business, to apply yourself to your business for? What's your why? What what holds you at night when you've had a horrible day, where everything went wrong, where you put in things and you thought you were gonna get it and it didn't work out, or you was hoping or banking on a check or to close a client or something of that nature, or sell a product or service, and it didn't happen. But if you know what your why is, then you'll be able to dust yourself off and try again. If you do not know what your why is, it's important, it's imperative for you to learn it. My why that makes me cry is more than just my family. It's more than just me. I've been in a place where it's like, I refuse to sink. I know what the bottom looks like, I know what the bottom feels like, shoot, I know what the bottom smells like. But I refuse to stay there because I have family, I have my children, I do have those things and people, places and things that are watching me. I have that, that's important. But I also know that I was built for this. I was made for this position. I was made to be a leader and to do what I'm doing, to manifest what I'm doing for people, for everybody around me, including myself. So that's for the most part is my why that makes me cry. I refuse to stop. I refuse to give up. Quitting is not an option for me because broke does not feel good. Having a bank account that's in a negative, awful. Being able to go to the supermarket and buy my daughter an apple without contemplating taking it because I don't have enough for it. That's not an option for me. That's a place that I've been in, but a place that I refuse to stay in. So that's my why that makes me cry. And you should figure out what yours is too. So the next thing is free is a hobby. So after you figured out what your why is that makes you cry, don't give it away for free. A lot of times business owners, they feel like the best thing that they can do is free. This is free, right? This is free. But this is one situation, one type of arrangement that I sat down, considered how I can do it, how can I give back? This is a give back situation, but I charge. There's a fee to my services. There's a fee to the team. Like they don't work for free. So there are things that are required to be paid for in the business in order for it to thrive. So free is a hobby, and there's a lot of expensive hobbies. There's a lot of people with very, very, very expensive hobbies that they call their business, and they say that this is my baby, I love it, I don't want to let this go, I don't want to cut this fat, I don't want to move this to the side, I can't let that look so nice, I can't let it go. And then what happens when you're pawning your ring, your wedding band? I had to pawn my wedding band for my first business because I was essentially giving it away for free. I was connecting and communicating and building a community and an audience. My social medias was in the thousands. I had all these people that was following me and loved what I gave to them, what I packaged for them consistently. But guess what? I didn't know my ROI. I didn't know the lifetime value. I didn't know what the next steps would be. And then I took some time to research and realized that your girl had no money, nothing. So how good of an idea could it have been if I would have stopped and planned during the creation process, thought about what's going to build and take the business to the next level? These are things that are imperative for you to think about. And don't get me wrong, these workshops, I am a how-to person. That's how I feel, that's what I think. I'm a roll up your sleeves, we don't have to get extra pretty to get this done, we need to make sure we get it done. But I wanted to start this workshop off with mindset, because it is important. Not everybody knows that they want to be a millionaire. Not everybody knows that they want to have a successful business. Not everybody believes that. Some people are scared to leap. Some people are scared to jump, and that's why they'll slide in with something free to accommodate the worry of, well, what if nobody wants it? What if nobody likes it? What if nobody wants to hear it, see it, feel it, taste it if you're a chef? But what if they do? What if they are raising their hand? What if they are saying that this is something that I've needed for a very long time? I'm so grateful that you've done it. Think about paid options. Have a free way to play like this, but your business is not a hobby. And if it is, then it's not a business. Period. Okay, so I love this. This is, if you have your client's heart, you'll have their hand every single time. This is important because most people, when you get past that hobby, being free type of situation, and it's time for you to sell, it's time for you to make money in your business, the easiest way to make money in your business is, for one, you definitely need to believe in it. You definitely need to believe in your service or your product. Absolutely, wholeheartedly. That's your why that makes you cry, right? But you also need to pay attention to the people that may want it and know what their heart is saying. Now, I use this as an example quite often. So if you have been following me for a long time, then you probably heard me say this, and you know what? In my opinion, you probably need to hear it again. But anyway, so I've learned that if you can connect with the person's heart, if I can pull on their heartstrings, it's very, very easy to get them to open their hands to buy your stuff. So an example is a guy that's going after a girl. If he came after me, saw me walking down the street, and I'm just, I got my bag going, my music playing in my ear, whatever the case may be, or he just approached me at a restaurant or something of that nature, and he wanted to chat or talk to me, and he started with, hey, I want to have sex. I want to have sex. I want to have sex. And I know that, he's not going to get very far. But if he took the time to talk to me, if he took the time to learn my favorite color, my favorite flower, my favorite thing to eat, my favorite places to go, what topics what books do I read? If he actually paid attention to my Wednesday and brought me flowers just because, or I don't know, like he paid attention to what makes me me. He paid attention to what was on my heart. He took the time to study me. He's gonna get what he wants eventually. So I think it's important for you to understand where your potential client's heart is. Like, you need to know who you're reaching, but then you need to know why. You need to know who you're reaching. You need to know why you're reaching them, but you need to know how. Like, what would be the approach? What do they like? Speak to them in that language, not what you want. It shouldn't be. I hate to keep using these scenarios, but I am going to do it. It shouldn't be, I got mine, so you better get yours type of scenario. It's supposed to be, how can I give to you? How can I make you smile? How can I make you happy? What can I do? How can I listen to you better? Marketing and the sales situation is all about communication, proper communication. Are you communicating this to your clients? And it doesn't matter if you're going out door to door, knocking on doors, talking directly to potential clients, or if your clients is a B2B. There are some businesses that are a direct B2B, and a lot of entrepreneurs will skip that step. They'll skip I don't need to pay attention to this. I don't need to learn this company. I don't need to learn what they like, what do they stand for, whether their beliefs, whether their values. I don't need to learn that because this is a transaction, and it's not when you're selling. When you're selling, there is nothing about the transaction that should feel salesy or rushed or as if the other person is ignored. It's very important to worry about your mindset first so that you can think about or consider their mindset in the future. Does that make sense? Now I have these little clapper things that it's always for show, but it's never used the proper way, and it's partially my fault. I will say that because I should have brought that up in the beginning. But if I am saying something to you that is resonating, that makes you feel like it's stirring your stomach, that makes you feel like, dag, she is talking directly to me, I'm a person that needs to know that. I need you to connect with me. I need you to let a sister know. Put it in the chat box if you're on live. Put it in like whatever, like somewhere, wherever, on whatever device that you're listening to. If I'm saying something that resonates, I need you to let me know. I really do. I feed off of that energy. I want to make sure that this is helpful because it will waste my time and your time if it wasn't, and I'm not about that life. So now, this is the brunt of brand identity. I don't know if you've ever heard of archetypes, right? But it's a thing. It really is. There are brands that, I'm trying to get to this, to my chat, to see if I missed anything. But there are brands that live and breathe this whole thing. Like the whole brand archetype, they live it, they love it. It is a way, it's an aid to get a business up and going and kind of like throw them into the mix of things, if that makes any sense. So we have here a typical archetype wheel, okay? So we have explorer, outlaw, magician, hero, lover, jester, everyman, caregiver, ruler, creator, innocent, and sage. Okay, so this is the feeling that they're supposed to get from it. It's really a good thing to focus on, to learn what your brand archetype is, but to also know that you start with what you think it is, but you should end where your customer or your client believes that you are. They're going to put the final stamp of approval, if that makes any sense. So for me, or with Havana Media, we are definitely in a creative status, right? Innovation, we love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, and we provide structure, right? So that is definitely our thing, I guess you could say, but I also feel like we're in the hero status, in the mastery, and we're about leaving legacy. Now I took some time to really think about it. I did like the ruler situation because there's a level of control. I'm a little OCD sometimes, can't help myself. But I feel like when I listen to clients and people that we've worked with, we keep falling in these two categories. We keep being pushed there, even if like the creator part, of course, like I love that. The hero, I never really saw myself as a hero, you know. I didn't see that at all. But like I said earlier when I started this, I like the little light bulbs that go off when I'm working with a client, when they come into the office and they're sitting here and it's just like, okay, all this energy and all this possibility is amazing. And then when they have their issues or they have their problems and they display it, we talk about it. It never ceases to amaze me when it's like doors being unlocked. And it saved a lot of companies, a lot of clients, a lot of time, a lot of heartache, things that they were stuck on for years, and we start working it out. Or a lot of things that they wanted to do. I had one client that she wanted more than anything to own her own salon, and we started just looking at her numbers, just looking at the books and seeing where what her spending habits are and where she's going, what she's trying to do, how much money came in, how much money went out, and within a month and a half time, she realized that she had all that she needed to get the salon that she wanted to get. There were some things that she needed to pull back on. She couldn't go to the mall as much as she would like to have gone, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a change, so to speak. It's just it's discipline. I like that. I love that and hate that at the same time. But there's discipline that needs to go forth. So I think so everybody's going to have access to these slides, and the people that are on the lives, if you just put a message in the comment box saying whether you're seeing this on a replay or in real time, saying that you want to just type in slides, we'll contact you and give you these slides. But this is very important. So when you're sitting down and you're going over your why that makes you cry, my suggestion to you is to have this here too. Figure out what feeling you want to create with your brand, right? Because what you're creating with your brand, you're also selling, right? You're also communicating it when you connect potentially or haphazardly, so to speak. And I don't like those too often. A lot of word of mouth is haphazard. I don't really like that very much. I respect it for where it is in this position, but I don't like it very much because word of mouth only gets you to the next mouth, right? And then after that, if somebody forgot you, if somebody lost how you made them feel or something of that nature, you potentially lost that sale. Nobody likes that. So, focus on what you want to bring forth, what you want to bring across. I like the Outlaw. I want to give you another example. So with the Outlaw, a brand that's in this Outlaw category is Harley Davidson. So if you're a biker fan, they are rule breakers. That's the Outlaw. They're the rebels, right? So another example of a creator or innovation is Apple. I love it. Now my husband he says apples are for suckers, and I guess I'm a sucker because I love Apple everything. Like all these devices, you will see tablets, everything. I love the convenience of it, but they're also innovative. You know, they're creators. They help creators create. So I think that if you could build out your business or your brand, so to speak, with these types of principles, you'll be able to it'll be like a map, like a canvas, and you're drawing out your portrait and you're pulling the pieces that mean something to you, your whys that make you cry, and then you can be able to focus on, or you can see clearly how you can turn it into a business, how you can sell something, how you can build a lifetime value, how you could focus on if your goal is $100,000, how many of your products do you need to sell to get that $100,000? It really is that simple. It really is that simple. And then after you figured out why you're doing this, you understand how you're doing it. Now you need to learn how to share it or to communicate it, and building your brand throughout these stages, creating, implementing, and developing, which I didn't forget to talk about development. I wanted to wait until the end for that one, because after you've figured out your why, after you know how you're going to do it, that what's not going to be free, what you put your foot down on, and then you decide how you're going to communicate it, and you're connecting to their heart, and you've built out your brand, your archetypes, the feelings. Because once you've done that, once you took in the key of that Maya Angelou said, that people may not always remember what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. What archetype is going to resonate that feeling, is going to bleed out that feeling onto everybody that you come into contact with, whether it's free or it's paid. What feeling do you want to leave them with? I don't know if you've ever thought about that, but if you haven't, you need to. And if you don't know how to, then you really need to book your call so that we can figure that out. Because it's important. It's important. So now let me go in these last few minutes, because I know we started off a little late, but I caught up. And see, that's a good thing for me, because my team will tell you, I talk a lot, like a whole lot, and I'm really bad on timing and all sorts of stuff, but we kind of caught on up. We caught on up. I'm very proud of me, I'll be honest with you. And I'm proud of you too, because you sat there to help us through the catching up and trying to figure it out. And you didn't even have all the food that we have here. So I appreciate that. And I hope you were able to pay attention and stay to the end, because I do have some giveaways. Your girl loves giveaways. I love goodies, okay? And now let me get back to the point. Let me get back to the development. So develop is my favorite thing, because I'm a nerd. And I love monitoring. I love monitoring, managing things. So when it comes to development, now that we've started out, we created, we put in the work with the implementation. Now we got to see what works. We got to see what was successful. Now everything that wasn't successful equates to, or well, you thought wasn't successful, equates to that died or that failed, or not everything that didn't seem successful ends in or equates to a failure, if that makes any sense. Because there are a lot of times that I've been able to crack a lot of things like ads and codes and different things or systems or just coding stuff, because I'm not a coder. I'm not a developer, but I tinker. Okay? And there are a lot of times that I've realized the answer to something because of how horribly wrong it went. And it's hard to determine what went horribly wrong if you didn't monitor it from the beginning, if you didn't pay attention to your stats from the beginning, if you didn't watch either was a steady and then decline, or steady, rise, decline, steady. If you're not paying attention to that, if you don't know what that looks like, if you don't know what's in your bag, nobody will know what's in your bag. If you don't know, I hate to say it like this, but ladies, come on, let's be honest. There's a lot of times that we have heavy bags and we do not know what's in it at all. And it's heavy enough to hurt somebody, break somebody's back, and we don't know what's in it. If you don't know what's in your bag, then you probably shouldn't have it. So I think that develop or management is one of the most important things, because you can start something. We can have a slow start, or we can have a fast start, and then get out there and fumble and fall and skin our knee and bump our heads. But I'll know what turn did that. I'll know what mistake I should learn from. What mistake I probably shouldn't do that this time because it went this way. So a lot of times with entrepreneurs, we can be really, really creative, and we'll forget the numbers. We'll forget the monitoring and the management and the analytics. We'll forget that. And then we'll go out there, we created this thing, and it's like, oh my goodness, everybody's gonna want it, everybody's gonna love it, everybody's gonna like it, all these different things. And that's wonderful, I guess, until it's not, until you lose steam, until all the fight that you had in you, that zeal, that shot you out like a cannon, doesn't take you to the next level, doesn't take you to the next stage. If you're trying to grow, if you're in the medium stage of your business, you're definitely trying to grow and stay in the black. If you want to stay in the black, my best advice to you is management. It's analyzing the numbers, recognizing the data, paying attention to what works, paying attention to what didn't work. It's important. And yeah, it's the boring stuff. But it's the boring stuff, it's the nerds that are rich. It's the nerds that are successful. So if it's the boring stuff, sign me up, baby. I'm boring. Yeah. I am so boring. I'm so bored. I'm gonna take bored all the way to the bank. And if I can do it, you probably should do it too. So now it's 7:50. No, I think it's 7:54, because this clock is, yes, it is. It's 7:54. This clock is a little late, but I am going to let you guys go at 8 o'clock. So listen, I have on the calendar page, I hope you paid attention to the calendar page and you booked your 30 minutes. On that thank you page, there's an assessment. It says start assessment. That start assessment will ask you a series of questions to help prepare me for your 30 minutes, and honestly prepare you too. Now, if you did it already, great. If you didn't do it, you need to do it, and you have, I would say, a good, I'm going to give everybody 48 hours because I want the replay people to be able to partake in this as well. I'm giving away $100. I like giving away money. I like giving away. Well, let me take that back. I don't like giving away money, but I like goodies. If that makes any sense. So I like games and making things fun. So if you were sleeping this whole time and you're up now, I'm gonna let you slide. But you better get exactly. You better check the replay. You better go on back and check the notes. If you didn't check onto the calendar, it's HavanaM.com/calendar. It does not get any easier than that. Go there, get on the calendar, pay attention to the little button at the bottom of the page that says Start Assessment. I am taking note of the calendar appointment and connecting it with the start of the assessment. Everything is going to be documented, and I will contact you based off of your email with the winner of this particular night's pot, I guess you could say. So if you want to jump in there and claim your $100, don't play. Do not play. Get on the calendar, book your assessment, okay? So it is 7:57. I am going to take you guys to the example. I'm really gonna try to take you guys to the example of.
It's been good all day.
It's been good, right?
Yep.
It's been
All
good.
night.
Oh man. Okay, so here is the assessment page, right? So it says, thanks, you're on the calendar. This should have been what you saw if you got on the calendar, if you followed the instructions. And you see this here, it says start the assessment now. We're going to talk about psychology, the psychology of a leader, business mapping, strategic innovation, marketing, sales mastery systems, financial and legal stuff, optimization, customer presence. Answer those questions. Take the survey. It's just a few answers. Well, not a few answers, because it is a good amount of questions. But you're getting $100. Okay, I gotta make you work for something, just a little bit. So definitely take this. Click the little button that says Start Assessment. You see, it takes you right here. And all you got to do is answer the questions on what you agree about, what you disagree with, where you are, where your head is, how you see things, and we'll bring it to the table. During your 30 minutes, I'll make sure I bring the results of your entire assessment. And don't worry, the winner of the $100 does not have to wait until your 30-minute session. The winner will be announced on the social media platforms, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube of the winner. I will announce their name, and I will also contact you, of course, via email. Hopefully you respond, because you're telling me that you want your $100. If you don't, listen, I'm not gonna put it back in my pocket, but I will add it to the next workshop. The next workshop is the last Tuesday in March. The last Tuesday. I don't know what date that is right now. Hold on, let me see. So the next Tuesday in March is
The last Tuesday in March.
the last Tuesday. Sorry, the
Mhm.
last Tuesday in March is March 28th. Okay, no, yep, that's the last Tuesday. That's the last Tuesday of March, March 28th at 7 p.m. So I'm hoping to see you there. It's 8 p.m. Your girl has to go. Thank you. Thank you for attending. Thank you for showing up. And thank you for getting on the calendar. Get your 30 minutes, okay? See you guys later. Bye.